Hey friends, happy Wednesday. Okay, I'm so sorry that I'm a little bit late today with our coffee and conversation video. We had my son, Elijah, is home today. It was just the sniffles, a little bit of a cough, and so just kept him home today. And I am currently sitting in his playroom doing his recording. And if you could see my little setup here, it's very entertaining because I'm literally have like my camera and everything propped up on his like play tool bench, and it's really fancy. But he's taking a nap right now, and I just got done doing a training for the amazing Rachel Wally unit and spending some time there with her achievers, and so I was like, now is a good time. I was all set up for that training, and now we're gonna do ours for Coffee and Conversation. So I hope you guys are having an amazing November. I hope everyone had an awesome Thanksgiving. We had so much fun. We were in Oklahoma for a week and had a great time getting to see my baby nephew there, and Eli had an awesome time hanging out with Grandma and Bumpa. That's what he calls my parents. So hope you guys are having a great November. I hope everyone's Pink Friday sales were just spectacular. Loved hearing all of the praise news and everybody sharing their numbers with me because that was super fun. And who has their bracelet? You guys have this month's bracelet for your key jewelry. I love it, you guys. This is the first bracelet that they've done this year. And it's got this I don't know if you can see that. It adjusts. So you can make it whatever size you want, and it's like heavy feeling, you know, it's like good quality, and oh, I love it. So I've got all my key jewelry on. Are you guys just like obsessed with all of this sparkle? I love how much this one sparkles. This was last 2 months. My earrings, I know I get so many compliments, you guys, on this jewelry. Like, people just go crazy over it, and it's a great way to be like, oh my gosh, let me tell you, I earned it in my business. Let me tell you all about it. You want to have a facial? No. Get together, help me with my makeover contest. So 600 wholesale production for the month. That's it. Is what gets you your piece of jewelry every single month. This seminar year is when you can earn the key jewelry each month. So I love seeing all of your posts. Everybody posts pictures of wearing your jewelry. It's so fun. So okay, today we're going to talk about staying the course with your business, and I've learned through experience that there's different ways that we can approach our business, right? Like, there's the hobby mentality. Like, if you treat your business like a hobby, it's going to serve you like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. And if you build it like a career, then it's going to pay you in your sleep, which I personally prefer to be paid in my sleep. It's a pretty good feeling. So my mom always tells us that there's a difference between selling a product and building a business. So you can sell a product and make a profit, or you can build a business and make a fortune. So when you're selling the product, like, you're going to have some immediate profit there. Like, that can go towards, paying off some debt or tanks of gas, or, a vacation, some extra spending money, like whatever you want it to be for. But when you choose to build a business, then you're not only enjoying the immediate satisfaction of the profit from the sale, but you're building something that will multiply and continue to grow into more income and allow you to create like a future for your family. So when we take our business seriously, it allows our friends and our family to take it seriously as well. So if you respect your business the same way that you would respect like your job, your position working for someone else, by attending like their meetings and showing up for work and making it a priority, like, you absolutely can achieve and have anything that you want to with this business and this opportunity if you give it the same respect as that. So if you showed up for work for your job that you have now, or had in the past if you're now doing this full time, but if you showed up only when you felt like it, you only went to the meetings when you felt like it, you only went to work when you felt like it, like, you would most likely not have a job for a whole lot longer, right? If that's how you approached it. But you do show up. So why do you, or did you show up? Like, obviously you wanted to keep the job, but what would the reason be? Like, because you liked the job? Would it be because it was paying for your living expenses? Do you, show up because you want to be a respectable employee? Like we know the reasons that we show up when we're working for someone else. Like we know our employer is counting on us to be there, obviously. Our family is counting on us to keep the lights on. So if you know why you show up for that, then you have to know why you want to show up for this. So you have to keep that in front of you at all times, especially when when you don't feel like it, having that why there. So when I was working like 50 plus hours a week at my corporate job, and I made the decision that I wanted to take my business more seriously and not just bring home, enough income to keep the lights on until the next paycheck, but I wanted a career that provided a future for my family. I didn't have to work harder to build that business over this last 7 years that I've been doing this full time. I didn't feel like I had to work harder to build that. I had to work differently. This business is not hard, but it does require being intentional. But we can sometimes make it hard when we set a goal or we have something that we want to accomplish, that whether we vocalize it or it's just internally, but we don't decide to commit to it, then we make it harder on ourselves. Because when you're committed, you show up no matter what. It's a priority. It's not even a consideration to not go to your weekly success meeting or to not put in your office hours and get your bookings done, because you've made a commitment to your goals, to your family, to the women that you're working with. It's a commitment. So I showed up every day for my corporate job because I was committed to the position that I had there. I put in a lot of hard work when I was working there. I liked and enjoyed a lot of things that I was doing there, and I liked what I was building, and I had some purpose there, and I put a lot of energy and emotion into that. But I was building my employer's future. I was not building my own. It didn't matter how hard I was working or how much time I put into it. I was on salary. They weren't going to pay me anymore. The next year I'd be making the exact same thing. My life was going to look the exact same. It did not matter how much more successful I made that company, because it was not going to impact me any differently. It mattered to them, it impacted them, but it was not going to impact my family or my future differently. So we make it hard on ourselves when we choose to go after a goal but not really commit to it or commit to ourselves. So when you approach your business with kind of a wishy-washy mentality, in a sense, then we receive those wishy-washy results from it. So I feel like I'm always kind of taken off guard a little bit when I'm out and about and someone sees my pink Cadillac. A lot of times the comments that I will get is oh my gosh, you had to work so hard to get that, way to go, congratulations. I know that was a lot of hard work to do that, and I understand why they say that. That makes sense. I get it, but I don't ever feel like this is hard. I feel like it does require being intentional. It does require the focus, but it's not hard work to me. To me, scrubbing toilets is hard work. Sweating is hard work. I do not like to sweat. So nothing that I do in my business requires sweating, and that is great. Not being able to spend time with my family, only being able to see my family for a few hours in the evening or on the weekends. But at the same time, those few hours, I'm sharing that family time with housework and errands and, the calendar, family calendar, whether it's social outings and events or, school-related stuff for kids or whatever, church. There's all these other extra things going on that you're having to share that extra time with, that little bit of time in the evenings, the weekends that you have outside of work. To me, that was hard. Living paycheck to paycheck was hard. Not being able to have options, to be able to allow Eli, when he's older, to be in all the sports or all of the extra things that he wants to be in, making him choose one or the other. To me, that would be hard. I don't want that. To not be able to pay for his college or provide a reliable vehicle for him when he turns 16. To me, those things are hard to me. Teaching women to wash their face and put on mascara is not hard. So that I feel like was something that I had to really get in alignment with when I was deciding that I wanted to get committed to this, was the result that I was getting out of it. So for our national area, we're the focus area, and focus stands for following one course until successful. And that's really the best advice that I can give people, is that like being successful in Mary Kay by sticking with it is just as much a fact, I believe, as working out will eventually get you in shape. Like to me, that is like a rock solid fact, that if you put the effort and the time into your business, you're consistent with it, you're intentional, you show up for your business, your meetings, you're using the resources, you're working with your director, like that. Everybody's just like when we're, you have your workout goals, your health goals, like different people are going to reach those goals in different time, amounts of time based on where they started and what their goal is. But that eventually you're going to get there. It is a fact. If you're working out, you'll lose weight, you're going to get healthier. Like, not that you work out once a year, but you are consistently, working out, you're eventually going to get to your goal. So I believe that this is just as much a fact, that when you are working your business, it's a proven track to run on, and everything is provided for you. All the resources are there. But we hit bumps in the road, and we hit bumps in the road no matter which direction we choose to go in life. Like, no matter what path we're on, what career we're in, what we're choosing to do with our lives, there's always going to be roadblocks. There's always going to be times when we're going to run into construction. It's going to slow us down temporarily. But it's easy when we're doing something new, like whether a new consultant or just something uncommon, like owning your own business. Leaving your corporate job to work for yourself, like that's not always common. It's unfamiliar. So it's easy when we're doing something like that to hit construction and just stop. Like, we take the bumps in the road as evidence that we need to change our destination. Like, it's a sign, it's a sign, it's a sign. Like, that girl canceled her appointment, so God does not want me to do this, it's a sign. Is not a sign. It is just a bump, and it's natural. Everybody has them. Everybody, not just in Mary Kay, but everybody in the entire world has little bumps in the road, and they're there for different reasons. Like, they're there to teach us lessons that God wants to teach us along the way. They're there to mold us into who He's created us to be. Sometimes they're from the enemy. Sometimes He's throwing them in there to just get us off track and get us rerouted to a different direction. They can be there because they're meant to be a part of our journey and our story, because someday it's going to make a difference in someone else's journey, and it's going to set them on the right path to the right destination. I believe that God put a specific destination in our hearts for a reason, that He gives you a goal and a dream for a reason, and it has called us to this opportunity, like being here in this company, that we're here for a reason, and he gives it to us because He intends for us to focus on it, to follow it until successful, to accomplish it, because He doesn't give it to us for fun and say, just kidding, I didn't really intend for you to do that, or change my mind, I want you going in this direction. Like, that's not how He rolls. So He gives it to you for a reason. So when we are going after that calling, that destination, that goal, and we're committed to it, and we're focusing on staying the course until successful, then the road becomes smoother. Not because there's less bumps, but you feel them less, because they don't seem so big to you anymore. Like, where you're going, you're excited, you're reaching that destination, so the bumps are not huge. It's kind of like taking a vacation. Like, you're taking your family to Disney World, let's say, or whatever, Hawaii, whatever you would get excited about. But you're going on vacation, and the end result. You know the destination you're going to, you know what you're reaching, like, so you're excited about it. Like, all you can do is think about what it's going to be like when you're there. You're thinking about like how much fun you're going to have, like what rides you're going to go on, like whatever, like it's magical. Like you're super pumped and you're excited because you know where you're going, you know the destination, and you're living in that vision of being there. If you hit some construction that slows you down, or you even get a flat tire, like, it doesn't matter. It's fine. You've got a spare, whatever. Like, things just kind of roll off your shoulder that happened to you because you're going to Disney World, and it doesn't matter because nothing can ruin your mood. You are excited and you are focused, and you'll figure it out along the way. So nothing is going to get in your way. Nothing is going to stop you because you are excited about your destination and you're living in your vision. But if you don't really have a destination, you're just kind of driving down the road aimlessly. Maybe you're even going in circles. We've all felt like that at points. Then obviously you're not excited. Construction seems to take forever to get through. You feel like the whole trip is just construction. Like, it's everywhere. It's all you see. It's like, when are roads ever just going to be like flat and finished and not have construction zones? Like, it's just all the time. Bumps seem like mountains that you have to get over instead of just little speed bumps. Like, everything is like an issue, right? And our business can be the same way, obviously. Like, when we're operating out of our vision of the destination, of where we're going, instead of where we currently are, our current reality in the journey, then the trip to get there is much more enjoyable. It goes even faster because you are focused on the end game. You are focused on the destination that you're getting to. So it's gonna go faster. But if you're just kind of going through the motions, and you kind of have a goal and you sort of are going after it, and you're just kind of in this like wishy-washy place, then the journey feels like forever and it becomes exhausting, and then we stop short. Because if we don't have a solid destination that we're committed to, then we start focusing on like how long the trip is going to take, and how much we have to pack, and all the errands we have to run before the trip, and how long are the lines going to be when they get there, and how much is this going to cost, and the things that could go wrong. And we magnify the bumps and make them even bigger than they are. And sometimes we stop before we even got started. So for some of us that have been in the company for a while, like we had our businesses for a while, we've taken many road trips to many different goals, and some of them we've reached, and some of them we turned around and went back home after maybe like the day after we set them. We've experienced both versions of the road trip. We've even made it to Disney World, and the journey was fun, and it went so fast we barely even remembered how we got there. Like, I remember when I earned my Cadillac, my first 4 cars in that first year of doing this full time, and people were like, how did you do that? I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I don't even know how I got here. I don't even remember the trip. It just happened, and here I am. And so we barely remember it. You earned your red jacket. You reached your star goal. You got that Kate Spade purse. You were so excited about earning. Like, you got it. You're excited, you're celebrating it, you're enjoying the trip, and then the vacation's over. And we all know what the trip back home after vacation is like, right? Like, not as exciting, not as fun. When my family, when growing up, we would go to Orlando on vacation. So we would go to Disney World for a few days, and then we always went to Universal Studios afterwards for a few days. And so after Disney World ended, the excitement did it. So like, if you knew, like, you know, you just got done with that goal, you just got done with Disney World, and you knew like, well, tomorrow we're going to Universal Studios, like, you're still excited, right? Like, the excitement just stays, it continues on. You're just at Disney World for the rest of your life in our Universal Studios, just living there. So after the red jacket, like, you set a new destination, a new goal right away. Like, you keep that excitement alive. Mary Kay always told us, like, you reach your goal, you celebrate it, and you set the next one. You keep moving. I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, but I'm like, I worked hard for that and I'm excited. Like, I just set my goal and I did it and I want to celebrate. And of course we celebrate, but I just remember like having, like, I was a brand new consultant and just like thinking like they did that. It wasn't even really my own goals. It was like watching someone else like achieve something, because I really was brand new consultant, wasn't really achieving that many goals when I was in college. It was like I was just kind of working it there. I didn't like set as many goals. Maybe that was my problem, was not setting as a lot of goals. I was making the money that I needed for spring break. So those were goals, I guess. But anyway, I just remember thinking like, but I want to celebrate it. But what she meant was that you can celebrate it, but then you're like, then what? Because sometimes we celebrate ourselves into a coma, right? And then we just don't go anywhere. Like, it's meant to be like, the way she set up the business plan is so brilliant, because there's so many destinations on your way to the top. There's so many levels that you can reach. You can be a senior consultant, yay! You can be a red jacket, awesome! You can be in your team leader position, that's exciting. Moving into leadership, like, there's just so many stepping stones, but they're meant to be stepping stones. They're not meant to be like landings for you to stay at, because that's where that excitement dies down. And then you're just kind of going through the motions and wandering. So always have something you're excited about, always having your goal. The other thing is, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm going on a road trip, first of all, I need to have GPS. Like, I'm very directionally challenged. So GPS is my friend, but I want to see like the full map. I want to see what direction it's taking me, where all the turns are. Like, I want to know what to expect. And I have one of my apps that I use in my phone that gives me kind of like the whole layout. Like, I can see the map, and then it lists out every turn, every road I'm turning on, how long it's going to take to get to that turn, like everything right from the start. It just lays the whole thing out for me, and I love that. And then I have another app that I only use if my main app that I love, like, is not getting connection, service, whatever. I don't know. Sometimes apps just don't work. And then I have to use this other app, and it just shows me like the next turn, and that's it. Doesn't show me anything else, just like when I'm turning next. And I have a very dysfunctional relationship with that app, because I want to know the entire plan. Like, I want to see the whole route. I want to know where the detours are. I want to know everything. Like, I mean, the first app even tells me when the police are up ahead, which is a really good for me, because I have too many speeding tickets and I can't get any more. So I love my first app, but our journey to our goals can be similarly and frustrating sometimes, because we want to see the big picture, and God only shows us like a little bit at a time. He wants us to trust Him with the plan and know that He's the map. Like, He is our GPS, He is our source. We don't have to know like where we're going or how we're going to get there, because He does, which is not easy all the time. It's not super simple, because we are control freaks, right? We want to know. Like, we just want to have a plan. And that's where faith comes in. And it wouldn't be faith if He gave you the roadmap. You would not need the faith. You would not need to trust Him. And so He requires us to need to lead on Him and to need to allow Him to guide us. And that's why He gave us the Holy Spirit, was to be that guide for us. So to sum all this up, getting in alignment with your destination and what you feel like God's calling you to do, knowing what that destination is, knowing, the goal, what you're heading towards, whether it's like you've got your big goals, but like what you're focused on right now, staying on the course, focus, following the course until successful, like just keep going, just keep swimming. I have a toddler, okay. And allowing God to be your GPS, just completely leaning on Him and depending on Him to guide you. So there you go. I hope you are having an amazing week, and there's so much time left in this month to accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. If you have not seen all the prizes for this month that you can be earning with your your whole Pink Week sales and specials and stuff that we're doing. Check that out because they're really awesome. And if you need anything from myself or your director, please reach out. Okay, love you guys. Bye. Maybe if I get this to stop.